Mornings are better with Pacific Mornings, 5:31 pi.
Fatalo Fats, welcome back to Pacific Mornings with Eggie here on 5:31 pi. It is 11 minutes past 7 o'clock. As we all know, Samoa Language Week offers really a space to appreciate the beauty of Samoa, its people and its language. So joining us now to open the space for Waiasolingangana Samoa is our very own producer for PMN Samoa Language Team. It is Lorenzo Kaisara. With that, I say malori soifua and welcome to the show, brother.
Maloro soifua Eggie, whaftai fo mo le vanua. Thank you so much. Talofa Aotearoa New Zealand. Thank you for having me on Pacific Mornings this morning, Eggie.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we know, we come to you because obviously you have the understanding of what Samoa is all about. You produce the program here for PMN. Can you maybe speak to us a little bit about what Samoan Language Week means to you?
Samoan Language Week every year means a lot to me as a Samoan, and it means a lot to all Samoans in New Zealand, Aotearoa, and also, back home in Samoa, in the whole world, because it is one week where we come together in unity, as one people and celebrate the gift from God. I believe Ngangana Samoa is a gift from God, and I believe that Ngangana Samoa defines who we are. So we have to celebrate it together, and we have to make sure that everybody is on the same waka. The theme talks about this year, and this year it talks about the waka. We all have to be on the same waka. We all have to be on the same waka to make sure that that our language, we can keep our language alive. But this week it is all about Samoa, and I'm so proud to be a Samoan, and I can't wait to celebrate this week with our Samoan community, with a lot of activations that are going to be happening out in the community. Also, our Thursday and Sunday show, we are going to, to have a massive celebration on social media, out in the community, in workplaces, in schools, everywhere. And I encourage you all to be Samoan for this week and speak your language, say something in Samoan, and yeah.
And that's it. I love your heart. I love your passion for everything that you are as being a Samoan. Lorenzo, I would ask, what would be your advice there for those who are, are learning the language, but still sort of, that struggle to maybe try and stay consistent with it?
Thanks, Aggie. I think that's a very important question especially for young people to have a really think about, who you are and who they are, and who am I as a Samoan. And to be honest, the moment you realize and the moment you find the true meaning of your last name, the true meaning of who you are, dig deep. If you're carrying a Samoan last name or doesn't matter, whatever last name you have, the family you belong to, the family you're from, as soon as you find out who you really are, I tell you what, learning Samoan comes naturally. And I encourage all our young Samoans, and for those who are struggling to speak the language, Ngangana Samoa, to take advantage of online courses. Center for Pacific Languages are offering free courses from from beginners to advanced, and I encourage all our young Samoans to take advantage of all those awesome courses. There's also I believe that where it should start from, it should start from within your family, within your ainga, and us parents, we are role models. We have to lead by examples. How do we do that? We have to speak Samoan to each other, husband and wife, because I now realize that even Samoan born parents are now talking in English to each other at home. So how can our kids, how can our whānau, follow your examples if they're seeing us talking in English at home? So it starts from within the family. And I tell you what, our kids, our whānau, video cameras, and they record every little thing and everything that we say. So we start from home. The core, I believe we talk about elements and we talk about tools, how we can keep the ngana thrive and alive. And I believe it starts from within the family, the ainga. Never mind about the people. A lot of people, they what do you call it? They rely on churches, to keep the language alive. But I strongly believe it starts from within the ainga.
Nice, nice. I loved it. I think of course my children, like I know I'm Afa Samoan, Afa
Mm.
Konga, and having to learn this language and learn my culture. Um, can you maybe tell us, Lorenzo, as a Samoan, what it is one thing, like if you were to share with anyone something that you absolutely love about the culture, what would that be?
I would like to start with a Samoan proverb. It says, "Aleai singa ngana, waleai singa nu'u."
Mm,
Aleai singa nu'u, ua pole ngu'u, which means in English, when you lose your language, you lose your culture. And when
mm,
there is no longer a living culture,
mm,
darkness descends on the village. We have to, for me, we have to try everything that we can to keep our culture alive. And
mm,
for me personally, as a Samoan, carrying having that tau and having this titles in workplaces as well as in the radio, it helps me as a Samoan to make sure that the culture is a strong part of me
mm,
as a person.
mm,
And for me personally, Aggie, I encourage our young ones to so au tafa o le to ina malelo matua.
mm,
Stay closer to your ancestors. Stay
mm,
closer to your parents. Stay closer to our religion. Stay closer to God, because both culture and the Ngangana Samoa are our gifts from God. We are the guardians. We have to pass down the knowledge, the resila fear or
mm.
the law, the understanding, all the values that we now have. if if we can't do anything about it now, I tell you what, we will lose our culture and we will lose our language. And how do we do that? We have to keep it. We have to pass it down to our young whānau and our young generations, Andy.
That's beautiful. Look, as we wrap up, Lorenzo, I would love for you if you can maybe give a little bit of, something in Ngangana Samoa, to our listeners everywhere. Just your encouragement. Is there anything that you'd love to say to our community this morning?
Yes, thank you so much, Aggie. And I just want to remind everybody, all our listeners, all Samoans out there, about the theme for this year is
Mm,
Whaau le ngangana I le va'au tautai, or in English, continue the voyage with competent wayfinders of the ocean.
mm,
Spiritually, Aggie, I believe the wayfinder is
mm,
God.
mm.
God should be on our va'a. God
So,
should be on our waka.
mm,
And then us parents, church ministers, everybody, we all have to work together to make sure that our language, Ngangana Samoa, is kept alive. Ngangana Samoa, I am proud to be
mm,
Samoa because it is the third most spoken Ngangana or
mm,
language in Aotearoa, following English and Te Reo Māori. And in Tamaki Makaurau, it's the
mm.
second most spoken language in Ngangana Samoa. But
Yeah.
however, it's used as declining rapidly. So for me, Samoa tunu pili o te tatalo atu ro tātou watu nuu, tātou tauma whai ina ia whaau wau la tātou ngangana, whaataua la tātou ngangana, ma i o tātou tauma whai e tau te tala, te tulou, ma wheso o tai la tātou ngangana. Awa o le mea lofa lea mai lo tātou o tua, ia o le tauma whai lea ina ia pase le tātou ngangana.
Mm.
I tupulanga lalo vaua, tupulanga lo tātou watu nuu, I le awa ma le whaaloalo. Whaftai te le lava egi.
So beautiful. Faftaite lava, Lorenzo. We have a comment here from Giuseppe on Facebook saying, "You are so right, Lorenzo. Always starts from your ainga manuia lava." So again, man, thank you for your heart. Thank you for your passion. I know you are a busy man. I can't wait to see more of your TikToks. You just but thank you again for just always sharing your ngangana, sharing your culture, and just your love for Samoa. And yeah, I can't wait for. I think we're having a big mea on Friday.
We are, yeah. And that's how we celebrate it. We have to celebrate it with, we have to celebrate it with each other and our loved ones. So thank you so much again, Aggie, for having me. All the best from Manuia. Tele level of Asulanga Samoa. Happy Samoa Language Week 2022 out there on New Zealand.
Again, Faftaitele lava, Lorenzo. Have a great day. We thank you so much for your time this morning. That, of course, is our producer for PMN Samoa language team, Lorenzo Kaisara. Now, if you missed part of this interview, feel free to head to our 531 PI Facebook.